Good morning and welcome to Finlandia Fridays. My name is Michael Babcock and I am your host for this weekly interview series here at Finlandia University. This week we are joined by Mark Miron. Mark, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Mike. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
We're happy here. Mark is our Program Director of our online RN-BSN program. And for those who are wondering what that means, it's a registered nurse, which is a 2-year nursing degree that is often achieved by working nurses. And BSN is Bachelor of Science in Nursing. So what this program does is it takes students from becoming a 2-year registered nurse to becoming a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Is that a correct description of the program, Mark?
That's correct. A good percentage of the working nurses in Michigan, in the U.S., and in our area are associate degree nurses. They go through a 2-year associate program, and industry is driving a trend toward an increased desire for bachelor's level prepared nurses. So the RN to BSN program accommodates that need. It's a pretty popular program nationally.
Yeah, I've been working with you on this for the last year or so, trying to get a lot of marketing out there about what this program has to offer. And I found it interesting the reasons why you wanted to bring it here, because this wasn't here before. You brought this in pretty recently, correct?
It's been around for a while, but our enrollment in it was really minimal.
And it was mostly offline at the time.
It was what we'd call hybrid. Some of the courses were online, some of the courses were done independent study. Well, it's been around since the nursing program at Finlandia transitioned from an ADN program, which it was originally, to a BSN program. It was obvious at that point that there's a need to help out the students who had been through the SUMI or Finlandia ADN program. I'm one of them. I'm an alumni. And there's this huge population with Gogebic and Bay College and the other community colleges all over the country of practicing associate degree nurses. So in an effort to meet that need, when we transitioned to the BSN program, we immediately established this, but we never pushed enrollment in it. It was just something that was available if somebody was interested. And so when I started as faculty here back in, I don't know, it's been a while. It's been like 8 years.
Been a few years. You're
well
established here at Finlandia.
One of my concerns was that we weren't taking advantage of that. There's a huge market in that particular niche, and I said, if we're going to have this program, why don't we take advantage of it? And so eventually administration said, okay, well, let's give it a go. And so we've kind of gone from there.
Yeah, and from what I've gathered from talking to you and looking through some of the things we work on together, it's worked. There's students here now from not just the Houghton County area, but they're from all over the Midwest and the country, correct?
Correct. We've focused it pretty much regionally so far, but the more we're able to offer it online, the more we are able to offer it nationally. So it's kind of exciting. The potential that's there is very exciting. Initially, we had students strictly from the UP. Initially, actually, we had students that were local because some of the courses were one-on-one faculty managed independent study kind of courses. And so there was almost a requirement that there was going to be a lot of correspondence or you're going to be able to come to campus. So as we've been able to change the structure up a little bit so that it's entirely online, now we have the capability to offer it anywhere that you got internet.
Yeah, and 2016 has actually been a really good year for the program as a whole. This fall we made 2 big announcements. One of them being that the program is now fully accredited to be online. We offered a lot of the courses online, but previously, up until this year, we were not fully accredited to be online only. So what did that mean for us to be able to talk about that as a selling point?
Well, as an educational institution, Finlandia is accredited by the Higher Learning Commission, or the HLC. And prior to this application that we made last fall, we were accredited to offer online courses, but not a fully online program. And there's a separate accreditation required for that. So we went through the process last fall and were approved almost exactly a year ago to offer this one program fully online. So that's kind of a big step for Finlandia because we now have the capability to offer this fully online. And of course, there's potential down the road to expand those offerings, I think.
Yeah, and so it is exciting. It's a little bit of a future hint of what Finlandia could be offering this course online. But the other part that was interesting this fall is we introduced something called the $15,000 price guarantee. And it's interesting, you don't see a lot of universities talking about price as a selling point necessarily, but it's a little bit different when you work with these nurses. These are working nurses who are trying to balance a busy full-time job, a lot of times getting overtime hours in, along with family life, and budgeting for school can be difficult. But what we did is we put together our program, and we looked at what we could do that would make sense for students, as well as what we could do to make sure that we were getting enough money to cover the costs that we need to cover. And we came up with this $15,000 price guarantee, which means that a student will pay $500 a credit hour, as well as their normal fees that they would pay to the university for the courses. And then once they hit $15,000, that's it. That's all you pay. And from what I've gathered and looking at different schools, the price is actually very competitive nationally.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, this is a really competitive niche. There are somewhere between 450 and 600 programs like this nationally. And so we're up against basically anybody who has an online program. And so we needed something to single us out. And we looked, of course, at being able to offer it fully online. That was the first step. But then we had to start looking at price because we were not competitive. And we're up against a lot of big national players. We're up against regional players such as UWGB. And we needed to price it competitively. And the $15,000 total package cost is competitive with anybody. It's competitive regionally, it's competitive nationally, and it's also, as you said, most programs don't market based on cost because it's typically a pretty complex algorithm figuring out how many credits they need and how much it's going to cost and what the tuition and fees and all this adds up to. So we said, let's simplify this. $15,000 period. All tuition, all fees, regardless of the number of credits. And I think that's a great marketing thing, and we're getting some good initial results with it. I'm hopeful we're going to get more going forward.
Yeah, looking around at different RN-BSN programs, it is all over the place. Some students have to take 30 credits. That's at the minimum, where other students are looking at 48, even 52 credits, and that really can make the price all over the place, which is one of the reasons why we did this. And you said you've been hearing good responses from students. What kind of things are they appreciating outside of the pricing about our program?
One of the things is we're really appreciated regionally for having a quality nursing program. And so there's some confidence coming in that they're going to get a quality product by enrolling in this program. And that's huge. When you're talking about a big national provider, there isn't that reputation locally. If you go to Portage or you go to Aspirus, there's
Those are the two hospitals within our driving range here.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of respect for Finlandia nursing students. And so people are comfortable with the idea that this is offered by a university that also has a reputable traditional program.
That's excellent. And so just kind of highlighting that point of the price guarantee too, if you go to Finlandia's website and you search for the RN-BSN program, you're going to find a price tool there that kind of compares some of these prices, including like the University of Phoenix, which is a big time school that a lot of students go to. But our prices, you see on there, is considerably lower, and I believe, as you could attest to, the quality is much higher even.
Well, all of these programs need to be accredited, but reputation is important. And like I said, at least regionally and amongst our alumni, we have a good reputation, and I think we can take advantage of that.
Excellent. Again, you're watching Finlandia Fridays or listening to Finlandia Fridays. You can find us all over the place, including at finlandia.edu/Fridays. You can listen to us live every Friday morning on WMPL 920 AM. You can, of course, find us on the Finlandia University YouTube channel, our Facebook page as well. We'd suggest subscribing to any of those outlets because we'd love to have you getting these updates every week. And I want to thank Mark for being on. And I want to thank some of our students for the work that they do here at Finlandia. There's some exciting stuff going on this weekend on campus, including a glow dance on campus Friday night at the Judula Center for students. And our men's hockey team is at home Friday, Saturday nights, and our men's and women's basketball team are at home on Sunday at the Pavel Nurmi Center. So hopefully you'll come out and check those out. Thank you again for tuning in to Finlandia Fridays. We'll see you next week.